All right. It's about 12 o'clock here. I see there's only one person in right now, but if you do have any questions, you can go to the QA app, which is on the left-hand side of your screen, to pull it up, and then on the right-hand side, you should be able to type in any questions that you have, and I will gladly answer those. I'll be on till about 12:30, and we'll just kind of wait for people to trickle in here. So if you just arrived, there's the Q&A app, which should be on the left-hand side of your screen to pull up, and then it should pull up on the right-hand side where you can ask questions. Type them in, and then I will I'll go about doing my best to help you out. Okay, some people are coming in now. There we go. So for you just arriving, I've been saying if you go to the left-hand side, the QA app, I don't know if it's pulled up already, but you're able to type in your questions, and then they'll pop up in front of me and the rest of the audience, and we can go about answering them. Excuse me. And this is the last one of these we'll be doing, as the application window does close this Saturday at 12 p.m. 12 a.m. I should say, I guess, p.m. 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. How many applications have we received thus far? We're going to keep that kind of private until after the application window closes, and we'll be making an announcement. But we received a wide variety of applications from over 91 countries and all 50 states. So we've been very pleased with what we've had thus far. It's been a tremendous amount of success on our end, and we're very excited to see all these deals come in. And this is Jay saying hi. And I will be saying hi back. Jay, hopefully you have some questions that I can help answer. Okay, here we go. So Bala asks, are we allowed to submit more than one business plan? Yes. From my understanding, you need to actually register multiple accounts to do so, so you'd have to use different email addresses, but you can submit as many ideas as you like. You can only be on one winning team, though. Can you introduce yourself and explain your role with 43 North? This is probably what I should have done, huh? Yes, I'm John Spitz. I am the operations manager here at 43 North. That involves kind of putting together the judging process, sourcing all the judges, and kind of going on road shows. I've been domestically probably within the U.S. here to 12 cities within the past couple of months, and kind of spreading the word, marketing, sales, kind of jack of all trades. We're a small team, so we all kind of dip our hands in when we can to help out. So for those just arriving, you can ask questions via the QA app. You'll just type them in; they'll pop up on the screen. The rest of the audience can see them, and I can answer those for you. Like I said, there's only a few days left to apply this Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. That application window will close for round one, and then we'll go through all those applications for all of June, and then by July 1st, you'll find out if you made it on to round two, in which case more information will be requested. Think of like a full-fledged business plan. But for round one, just that executive summary type of information. There's 8 people, so I'm assuming somebody has questions. So I'm hoping those pop up sooner rather than later. I'll be here till 12:30, and then I have to go. So I'd like to get to those questions as soon as I can for you. So Jay asks, do I need to come to the U.S. if I get selected? Yes, if ultimately you turn into one of the top 11 teams and are accepting a prize, the stipulation is that you have to move to within 20 miles of Buffalo, New York, the radius, to work for a year. We'll put you in our incubator. We'll give you great mentorship that aligns with what your company needs and to help you succeed, because cash isn't the only thing that is going to take your business to the next level. It's actually just a very small part. The mentorship is going to play a key role, and we know that. So from a business angle and even a little bit of a social angle to get you integrated to the Buffalo community and show you all the great arts and culture that we have in the city to offer. So you do need to come to Buffalo, New York for 1 year, yes. Okay, this is a good question. Are we looking at business plan stage ideas or already established startups, or both? We're looking at any stage company. We're looking at all stages. So when I go to the application, you can see you can identify as an idea stage company, a pre-revenue stage company, and a revenue stage company. All those will be judged accordingly. We're looking for great ideas. We're looking for scalable businesses that with high growth potential. So whether that's an idea stage company or a revenue stage company, we're just looking for ideas that can grow and scale. How detailed should the product idea technology question be answered? That's really up to you to answer it as well as you can to kind of describe what your product idea or technology is. Sometimes less is more, but if you have a really, case where you have to write up a lot of words for it, that's up to you and what you think is going to be best for the judges to be able to understand what ultimately your idea of product technology is. I'm actually going to pull up a link. I wrote a little blog post on tips and tricks, and not tricks, but tips on how to answer some of these questions if you're stuck on any, which is on our blog. So I'll pull up this link and I will send it out via the chat box. Maybe I can do this. No, okay. I'll post this for you guys. So this is in the chat window. That's just if you're stuck on an application question, you can kind of go through that, and that hopefully should give you some tips and stuff. So Lewis asks, can you share information around the judges' team composition? So judges are going to be paired to whatever your industry you identified as. So if you said you were a life science company, we're going to pair that with life science experts. So whatever judges, when they applied, they identified themselves and their industry expertise. So we're going to match them with the industry that you're ultimately in. There'll be 3 judges to each application to keep it kind of fair there. What industries are strong in Buffalo? Which of the program is best connected to? The healthcare industry is very big here. Technology is starting to come along. There's a lot of strong industries here. There isn't one that we're tying it to that we're looking for in particular, though. So there'll be no advantage if you were in healthcare or if you were in technology or life sciences, which is also strong here. We're ultimately just looking for the best, strongest, scalable, high growth potential deals, no matter the industry. So it doesn't matter what industry you are in. For those that are new viewers, what you do here with the QA app that we have enabled is you type in a question, and then it'll pop up in front of all of us, and I'll be able to answer it and kind of let everybody get the answer to it as well. So there's 9 people viewing, so I'm assuming there's still some questions. Nobody just wants to look at my mug, so I will wait for those to come in. I'll be here till around 12:30 unless the questions die down in a way that looks like we're done. So. That's freaky. I'm trying to do a screen share with you guys so you can kind of see. This is the link I posted. If you're stuck on an application question, and it kind of goes through what the questions are, and then some tips to get you through some of those that you might be stuck on. But I'm not sure how this is showing up. Oh yeah, there, it's not bad, but we'll turn that off now since it's a little funky. There. Not that that's much better, but here I am. All right. Can we pitch and same idea with other organization to raise additional fund after funded by 43 North? If that question means can we raise more money after we raise money from 43 North, the answer would definitely be yes. We would hope that you could raise more money after 43 North. That would be the goal. Although we have a lot of money, it's probably not going to be the solve all the problems and all the needs that you're going to have as an organization. So yes, you'll be able to pitch. You will have to stay no matter what for our money in Buffalo, New York for that 1 year time period and give up 5% non-dilutive equity. So that must be, you guys got that on your mind, which is good. Maybe you have really big scalable ideas, which is what we're looking for. Is 43 North okay with being the first investor in a company that will require more investment than even their top $1 million prize? Absolutely. That's fine. That there's no bias one way or another if not. But like I said, I think ultimately all these companies will need more than just our prize money to kind of keep sustainable. So yeah, that's not an issue. Will this be an annual competition or a one-time only thing? The goal is for this to be an annual thing. This should be happening for the next 5, 10 years, and we're going to pair it with a week-long series of events here in Buffalo, New York. So starting on October 24th, we'll do a startup weekend here in Buffalo. So that Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be startup weekend. Monday, we'll go through all these events that are kind of showcase our city with entrepreneurs, innovation, the arts community, all the great things going on here in Buffalo, which will ultimately be capped off by the business plan competition, those final 11 teams pitching to see where they stack up and who gets the $1 million, who gets the $500,000, who gets the $250,000. So, and eventually we think that's going to be scaling even to a larger scale, which we're really excited about in the future years. But right now we're kind of just focused on this round 1 application at the moment and closing that up. What if my idea has no competitor in the market, but there are possibilities that Google may steal the idea after initial stage success? Will you guys fund it? Generally, from my experience, it's very rare that you have no competitors in the market. I would suggest looking harder because there's usually always going to be competitors in anything that's out there nowadays. It's just who can do it better, who can do it fastest, and why are you the right team to do it? So Jay, why are you and whoever's on your team the right people to do this idea? That doesn't even matter about Google, it doesn't matter about anybody else. You're the right people for this idea, and maybe someday Google buys you out, which, hey, is a win-win, I suppose, but I wouldn't worry about, that there's definitely going to be competition no matter what business you're in. So I would be kind of finding those competitors and making sure that the judges know about them and you know about them to be successful. For businesses in the early idea phase, what expectations do you have in regards to growth and revenue projections? What expectations do you have in regards to growth? Obviously, there's going to be a lot of room for growth if you're in the idea stage. So as far as revenue projections, no one's going to be exact. I mean, these are really just to show that you have an idea and have thought about it and can wrap your head around the numbers and know how much money is it going to cost you to make a certain amount of money, to get a certain amount of customers, things of that nature is what I think we're really ultimately looking for. Okay, here's a question. Where is the program funding coming from? Who oversees it? The funding is coming from the New York Power Authority. Who oversees it? This is a bigger picture part of the Buffalo Billion, $1 billion of investment coming into the area, which is a governor initiative, Governor Cuomo out of New York State here that has made this a part of it, which is very cool. It's only $5.4 million out of $1 billion, so it's not that big, but we like to think it's the coolest slash sexiest thing happening around town, and it really is, and everybody's very excited about it. We're really excited to see what teams come here at the end of October, and they'll be supported tremendously by the community from a business angle and also the social angle to make sure that they fall in love with the city, not only from a business standpoint where they're successful, but just from a raising a family, living quality of life, things of that nature. If you guys do have any problems with the application itself, like just technical wise, if you go to www.pitchburner.com//connect, you'll be able to they'll be able to walk you through it, and you'll submit a ticket, and they'll get back to you. They're really quick at getting back to you, so they're great. Will you offer market intelligence, marketing and sales coaching? Yes, if that's what you're needing, Lewis, we'll definitely be supporting that and getting you the mentors and the people in the area that can help you most with that. So if it's from marketing to legal to whatever you may need, we're going to try to pair you up with the right people to ensure that you get to have success as a business here in Buffalo. Have there been a lot of Buffalo-born ideas? Yes, I mean, the city was founded on entrepreneurship with the Erie Canal and all the great stuff down that way. But most recently, Synacor is a tech company that has grown quite big here. Now they're all over, but their headquarters here in Buffalo, New York. I'm actually in a tech incubator today, Z80 Labs, which is where we work out of currently. We will be getting our own, but there's a handful of companies in here as well. There's a lot of things happening in the area in regards to entrepreneurship. A gentleman who won a business plan competition here at the University of Buffalo, granted he only won $25,000, he made that into a multi-million-dollar company and sold it for $42 million in Campus Labs, which was recently sold to Hire One. So kind of satisfying to know that business plan competition winners can see tremendous success like that, and then to see that happen in Buffalo, New York is even more rewarding. So we're very excited to see what can happen when we put that on a global scale and we pair it with an insane amount of money, to me, $5.4 million, and then we give that great mentorship, incubator space, and support to see where really these business ideas flourish here in the area. So yes, there has been a lot of Buffalo-born ideas that turn into successes, and we're very excited to see these next 11 ones come in and do the same. If I make it past round one and another investor decides to take me up on my offer, am I able to drop from 43 North? Or would 43 North then award me a small prize still to grab the 5%? Don, you will be signing another terms and conditions if you were to accept the prize from us, and that will all be detailed there. So I'm not really going to go into that too much, but that will be laid out in the agreement with 43 North if you're going to take the prize, and there will be consequences and stuff like that, I would suppose, if you didn't take that and went somewhere else and took money somewhere else. So probably not the best answer, but legally speaking, that's probably the best one I can give. Are any of the judges familiar with nanotech? Yes, we have judges. I mean, we have the whole gamut of judges from all spectrums of businesses to life science, education, high tech, legal, anything you can think of, we got it. So yes, we do have people familiar with nanotech. who are the active VC firms in Buffalo. There's a group called the Buffalo Angels that was just formed, some angel investors, a couple others as well. It's something that we're working on as a community. Regionally, there's Upstate Venture Association in New York, which kind of caters to us in addition to Syracuse, New York, Rochester, New York. So there are things happening here. Z80 Labs, as I mentioned, they do matching funding. So if you raised $100,000, you'll get that, and they'll match it with another $100,000. So there's areas where people are investing. There's private investors as well. So there are some. It's something that we're growing. I'm not going to say it's like Silicon Valley because it's clearly not. We're a smaller market, but there's opportunities. You just have to go look for them. So I got about 5 more minutes here. So see the last round of questions come in. And after that, obviously if you have questions, email info@43north.org, or you can email me, John, Jon, at 43north.org as well. I'll get to you as quickly as I can. It's kind of crunch time over here, just like it is for you. So trust us, we're feeling the heat just as much as you are, but it's a very exciting time as well. So. Jerry asks, what specific financial knowledge do you recommend us to understand before entering the competition? Do the judges expect us to know? I think it's just having a general understanding of financials in general, Jerry. Like, how is your company planning to make money? How much money do you need? What would you use it for? Things of that nature, kind of just to break it down and see that you have an understanding of what it's going to take to get this business off the ground in regards to financials, in regards to money. So do you just, hey, we just need $1 million and we'll be successful, or we need $1 million because of X, Y, Z, and if we have that, it can turn into X, Y, Z. That's kind of how I would approach it personally. What are the outlines of said later agreement? Anything like liquidation preferences, or is it going to be modeled after standardized seed terms? As far as all I know, the best I could answer this is, we're taking 5% non-dilutive equity, and you have to be in Buffalo, New York for 1 year. Anything else, I don't really feel comfortable talking about because I'm not too familiar with it. To be honest, I haven't looked at that document in a while. If you wanted to send me an email with more information, I can see if we can get you those answers. From Lewis, thank you. Hey, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. This is it's a very fun project to be working on, and very fun to be helping everybody. Obviously, get their deals in the door, and hopefully realize their dreams of starting their own business. Whether you win or lose anybody in this competition, I think it's a great opportunity, and I hope that you stick with your ideas and the dream of becoming an entrepreneur. I think that's a great thing, and something I aspire to be myself. So I have a passion for it. Will there be a published transcript of this session? Yeah, this should actually go to our YouTube page. So, and actually there's other ones too. So I've done I think 2 weeks ago. Last week, my boss Andrew did one. Andrew Pokerbeck, the executive director. Maybe his was more informative. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. The first one I did was really good. There was a lot of questions on there, so it might be to your benefit to check that one out as well. But those should all be on our YouTube page. So I checked that out, and even maybe our Google Plus page. I'm not sure if it automatically uploads there or not, but I would imagine it does, but I could be wrong. All right, a couple more minutes. We'll see if any last questions come in. This is a good question. What expenses does 43 North cover in terms of relocation, travel, accommodation, etc. for the competition and after? So round 2, if you make it, you'll have to submit a business plan, and then you'll have to do like a Google Hangout like this with a couple of the judges. But if you make it to round 3, which will be the top 11, we'll then take you out for the week-long series of events. We'll bring you to Buffalo. We will take care of the travel and accommodations for that. So, but after that, so in October, that happens. Then January, you're supposed to move out here. That'll be on your own dime, I should say. So, for the competition, we will pay for travel expenses and everything. After that, you'll have to make it out here on your own. And to that point, I've often thought, in October, at the end of October, you're winning, you're coming here, we're flying you out. If you were just ready to set up shop then, if that could be a possibility as well, in which case, me as an entrepreneurial type mind would think, well, that could save me a little bit of money. I wouldn't have to travel back again. Something to consider as well. So obviously, we'd have to approach that road when it happens if you're the entrepreneur and us, but something to consider too. October's a little nicer in Buffalo. It's actually a gorgeous time of year with the leaves changing. January is a little different, but we get through it. All right, I'm going to hang around for one more minute, and then I will probably leave our very fancy Google Hangout with this beautiful whiteboard wall behind me. We will have a very cool incubator space here in Buffalo. Not to say Z80 Labs isn't, but we're very excited about what ours will be, and that's where you will be working out of if you do indeed win the prize. Don says, thank you for your time. Don, thanks for joining in. Probably on your lunch hour if you're in the East Coast, and if not, it's breakfast time on the West Coast. So I think from here I am going to check out. But like I said, drop us a line. You can tweet at us at 43 North, FORTY 3, the number North, because we couldn't get that handle. And then reach out to us on Facebook, email info@43north.org. We will do our best to get back to you, as I think we always do a pretty good job at that, but not to say anybody's perfect. I try to do a good job. So like I said, reach out to me via email, john@43north.org. Thanks for taking the time today to chat with me. Hopefully, I answered some questions that were good, that helped you guys out a little bit. And, like I said, we've done a couple other ones of these, so check those out. Those are on YouTube. There was like 30 people on the first one, so there was a lot of questions coming through. That might be a nice one if you have time to kind of just check in on and see if there's some questions there that help you out. In addition, check out the blog. There was a post I had about tips for getting through the application process that should be helpful to you guys. But have a good day and good luck with the application process. Get it in by the end of the week here. Saturday's the final day. It's been quite the journey for us, and hopefully you guys have a good shot at winning. Thanks. Bye.